Hey, watch us on YouTube, listen on Spotify, and follow us on all social media.
Overall, listen to our podcast and don't forget to subscribe.
Now let's get back to the podcast.
Sincerely Bestie. Hi, welcome to another episode of Sincerely Bestie. I am Nancy.
And I'm Robert.
And today, we don't have Krystal, but...
I wonder where she is. She's busy.
She's been busy. She's been busy every weekend, so it's okay. We'll catch up in like the next couple of episodes. But for today, we are going to discuss some red flags from a guy's point of view. And just kind of based on Robert's experience of what red flags he thinks there are in women. Yeah?
I have a lot.
You have a lot?
Just kidding, I have a page.
Okay.
I wrote a page. You're good.
You wrote a page full?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure.
I post them up on Reddit as well, just, see what other people are saying as well. Red flags of us women.
Of course. Well, this is going to be a short up. Just the two of us. We see each other every day. So, you get a glimpse of how we discuss stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't discussed this list with Robert, so it'll be a first.
Alrighty, so here's my first red flag. Emotionally unstable based on my experience, okay? So have you ever had a emotional unstable person in your life?
No, I don't think I have.
No, you haven't? Well, I had one. So, I dated a person like 2 years prior to, our relationship. Mm-hmm. And then, I thought I had my life in order, but in reality, it wasn't the best. Mm-hmm. It turned sour after, I took her away from her family. Well, pretty much, we moved to a different state and lived with, my older brother for the meantime. And then, I thought about starting a new life, and it didn't work out. And then, in the end, we ended up breaking, and, in reality, it was just, just unstable for me. And at the same time, it was just, not doable, but, but just why are we together? Because for me being the carefree person and having the person there always being what are you doing, I don't trust you with any other person when it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And then just emotionally abusing and physically abusing that aspect, I'm just I don't want that in my life, because it seemed I had it my whole life. So just being an emotional, unstable person is just kind of a super red flag for me. All right, my next one is, this one, carless.
Oh yeah, I think that one's a red flag for both, but yes.
Oh yeah, the person that doesn't have a car, and it says that traveling is expensive. Mm-hmm. The other person relies on you for transportation.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, hey, I need to hitch a ride here or there. When I was young, I was grateful that, I had, my older siblings or my siblings' friends that, provided me rides.
I still think that's so hard, though, because, as you get older, it's you feel bad asking people for rides. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
think of it. If you were going to go on a date and you're like, hey,
can you give me a ride?
Can you give me a ride? Because I have a date. I mean, it's okay, too, but then it's what if you want to pick up that date? You know what I mean? Then you both are in the car of
never crossed my mind. I'm like, hey, drop me off. I need to go somewhere. I remember one year, it was when we were I think when I was 16, 17, and went to this club. It's closed now. This club called Barcode, where it had underage clubbing experience.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it an underage club?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So we went. It started at 8. Got there early and then freaking hung out until 10 or 11, and had my siblings pick us back up.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, but
it's the 18-year-old club type of thing.
Mm-hmm. And then when I turned 18, went back to that club, still hitched a ride, and parted my ass off, and then came back.
But then I think it also depends on where you're from, though, because look at me, with me being here in Utah, I was so determined to get my license and my car and everything by the time I was what, between 15 to 18.
We didn't get our license in California
Yeah.
until like we were in our 20s, 21.
Yeah, see? Because, well, I think I got my permit when I was 16, 17.
And I got my license when I was 22.
Yeah, see?
Back to the topic. So, being carless, at the same time, I feel like, when you have a car, you can do your own thing, show up on your own like time, go wherever you want without relying on the person. So, being carless is definitely a red flag in the USA, I believe.
No, I think it is in a way, yeah.
Yeah, like different country like Japan, you do like public transportation. Same thing for Korea and all other Asian, countries and stuff.
But, I don't think, like, if that's really your only transportation, I can understand. But then it's, like, when it comes to, like I said, like, if you want to go on a date or just picking someone up for,
All right, so let's do a scenario then. Okay, so you have a car, and you're at the restaurant, and I show up.
carless.
Carlos, you ready? Hey, I just showed up. How you doing?
I can't take you seriously.
Next red flag is overprotective. Cannot conversate with other women. Do you feel like that's a red flag?
Yeah, because it's like that's just like the same like for a guy, but I feel like it shows how insecure the girl is though.
I feel like
Like it's insecure, but then they don't trust you at the same time.
yeah, it's just like I hate it when it's like I'm having a conversation with another girl, or just like another woman. It's just like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to that person? Am I not good enough? Not am I not like giving you enough?
It's
Or
like you
something?
can't just like talk to like a friend.
Like calm your shit
Yeah.
down. I'm just here to talk. I'm not trying. Like in the beginning, I'm just like, hey, I am a talkative person.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna talk to different people. So understand that you're the only person for me. So if anything happens, I'm just like, I'm taken. Bye. I can just do that.
Yeah. Well, and in the beginning of our relationship, you did tell me that too. You're a outgoing, talkative person and everything. So you did let me know. I remember you did let me know, like, hey,
I'm that type.
I'm just that type of person. Don't think of it in a bad way or anything. But
Yeah, imagine if like
you
we
know
were
what I mean?
together and then I never told you this, or I'm assuming. I never tell you this, and I was just like talking to another person, like laughing and enjoying myself,
Yeah. And then of course I would take it the wrong way.
and I would just be like, "Why are you mad?" If I never told you.
Yeah.
So that's being overprotective and not having conversation with the opposite sex. That's
Not being able to have any relationship with.
yeah. I mean, like having a conversation with another woman, it's kind of nice. It's not like, oh, I'm flirting. No, it's just like sometimes talking to
Like
guys.
your everyday conversation type of thing.
Yeah, like just talking to guys. Guys are simple. They're just like,
Yeah.
hey, oh, okay. That's all. That's
Yeah.
all you get from them. Like even me. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but with us girls, it's different.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
get to hear a full story. Like, oh, interesting. That's really interesting.
That's true.
Next red flag: living in the past.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, always talking about them being in high school, or reminiscing and all that stuff. Like we've all grown up. Like we should have a great experience from it, and that's it. Like don't hold on to it. Like we lived in school for a long time, 18 years. And then at the same time, after we get out of high school, bam, we hit with the real world. And then the first 2 to 4 years until you're like 21 or something, then you get to like understand, like oh, you're an adult now. And then you do all these things, but always be like, yeah, I remember those old days. When I was in school, I was like the popular kid, or I was the cool kid, or I was always the quiet person. And then always talking about it, like, come on, man. Like as you age, you kind of gain your own experience, and then you kind of live through it. And then in reality, it's like you just sit in your house or whatever, and you're just like, what have I done, or all that stuff. And I feel like that's a red flag. Just like living in your past, you know, it's kind of
Do you
hard.
think like with that, like, never mind. I'll wait till my list.
Oh,
Scrap that out.
another red flag that I have is honesty. Do you think honesty is a red flag?
Like being too honest or not
Just
being honest?
not being honest.
No, I think in general that's a red flag for both sex. Or for all sex.
Of course, like being shady.
Yeah.
Like always not telling the truth, or like sugarcoating things that that wouldn't make you understand it. And then like honesty is like one of a key, one of a key in relationship where communicating all the other stuff, but you just not being honest and like just like blowing it off like oh all that stuff. Yeah, I feel like that's a red flag.
No, I think in general that's a red flag if you're not honest. Like if you're like in a relationship or you're in that dating era, another thing, it's a big red flag if you can't be honest with that other person.
Oh yeah, and then another one is smoke heavily.
Yeah.
You find that as a red flag too, huh?
Yeah, because like in yeah, that was like a red flag for me with you when we were dating, because for one, like I was so used to like having that smell of cigarettes around because of my dad, and then to find out that you were a cigarette smoker, then I was just like, I don't like that smell,
Yeah, but it's different in a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, how you doing? And just like.
But then I'm not around girls that smoke.
Oh
so
yeah.
I don't really, like, I can't. I don't know the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Do you find that my voice is deeper? Like if I didn't smoke, I'd be like, hey, how you doing?
I don't know.
Well, that yeah, but just being a heavy smoker, like I've of course smoked over a decade.
Yeah.
So I quit. I do nicotine pouches. Not tobacco pouches, nicotine pouches, but at the same time, it's slowly going down. And then, like I feel like, just smoking in general just ruins your health. And then,
It does.
just finding out like, your partner smokes for a long time, you kind of see it too.
Yeah, and it messes with your lung, like. So.
I miss the smoking weight.
I guess.
Don't you know if you smoke, you don't have
know.
an appetite?
Yeah, I know.
But like, it's like your taste bud just kind of like not there.
Yeah.
And you're kind of scrawny a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm big.
You weren't scrawny before, but
of course
sure.
I was. I was 50 pounds lighter, but it's all right. Lastly,
this is your last red flag? I thought you had a list.
I did. That was my list, and I had all these questions and stuff.
Oh,
lastly,
you had questions as well?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh,
that was it.
Oh, okay.
You were good. Lastly, don't like your parents. I find that as a red flag. Like kind of like not communicating or like.
But then, in a way, like okay, so say like the girl's on bad terms with the parents. That I can understand.
Yeah, I can understand that, but not like making amends. Like not trying to understand where they come from, and at the same time they're the people that raise you for
yeah, but sometimes some people just don't have good relationships.
Yeah, if you don't have a good relationship, I understand that, but
but like if it's not to that point,
yeah, if it's not to that point and you're just like I don't like my parents or anything like
for
that
like no reason. Yeah.
I feel like that's a red flag. Okay, it's harsh, but at the same time you know who you are, and then you just can't come to terms with your parents, and just like, what are we gonna do? Live by ourselves and all that stuff. When come times to it, it's just hopefully we're a strong couple or together for a long time.
Okay.
That's my red flag.
You don't have more, or you couldn't think of any?
I couldn't think of any.
Okay. Well, okay, so I have some from Reddit.
Okay,
so we can just kind of discuss them and see if like it would be one of your red flags or not too. So this one said, in terms of a romantic relationship, never acknowledge their problems and somehow you end up apologizing when things escalates. It says, bringing up X and doing comparison when arguing. Okay, so I acknowledge back to the acknowledging problem. Yes, that is a red flag.
Mm.
It is a red flag when it becomes in a romantic relationship and you're not acknowledging the problem and then you're just like brushing it off like it's nothing.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
I totally
Those
hate
are the
it.
major red flags.
Whenever
Like,
we have problems, it's just like, if you just ignore me and then, just like, I don't want to talk about it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
just like,
and then the next day you act like nothing ever happened. Oh yeah.
that annoys me. Red flag.
Okay, this one says bringing up ex and doing comparison when arguing.
Do you compare me to your
No.
ex? I don't.
We never did. Like, maybe in the beginning, it wasn't when we were arguing, but like myself, I compared. I believe if I remember correctly. No, I did.
You
But
did?
then, yeah, but then I never told you.
Oh.
But you got to remember, like, I was literally fresh out of like almost 3-year relationship, and then
Oh, yeah.
and then after we start talking.
I'm so shocked.
Oh my gosh. But then, like, when we argue, we don't bring up ex. But then when a person does do that, it is big red flag. Like, why you got to bring the ex into the conversation? You know?
Ew, like I'm being compared to your ex.
And like, yeah, and I don't even think even when you're arguing, just in general, if you are in a romantic relationship and you are comparing with the ex, yeah.
My ex used to do that.
Yeah. Talks behind everyone's backs, telling others personal information. When you think, okay, this is a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Girl's red flag. Oh,
yeah. I find that annoying. I had a few people that done that to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was horrible. It's like, what? They thought of me about that, I was just being friendly, I was just, being
oh, yeah, you did
the
have
kind
that.
person.
You did have that happen, though.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, I never thought this person would say that, behind my back, but, they did. So I'm just like, okay, I guess. And then, what happened to me? Gone.
And it's funny because, like, it was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
It was a girl that did talk about
Not
you.
just once, twice.
Yeah.
Which was horrible. But it's okay.
It's okay.
It was in the air, out the other.
General negative character traits, dishonesty, disrespectful, etc. So it said to add on, no accountability. Tries to use sex for forgiveness.
Do you think makeup sex will help?
For what? Being negative? Or just in general?
Just in general, like, you have a big ass argument and then, they're like, had sex and then you're like, oh, okay, it's all done.
No, I don't think that's how it should be.
That's horrible.
Because then it's like...
Probably the sex was good, but, just understanding all the situation is not the best.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't like drama within 15 minutes of meeting her. She is the drama. So girls who are just full of drama.
Hey, do you know
I'm asking
anybody?
you because these are girls, red flags of girls. Like, I want yours perspective because this is from a guy's perspective. Because remember, Krystal and I did an episode of red flags of guys already. So we're wanting to see, like, your perspective of things.
It's kind of understanding about, not knowing the drama, but at the same time, it is annoying because there's like
if the girl's like full of drama.
Dude, stop seeking trouble. Mm-hmm. Like, trouble will come back and find you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If she's too active on social media and craves attention.
I wonder. No. Just kidding.
I was like, I'm like,
If the person's on social media, it's okay, but they're like posting every day.
But then they crave attention.
Yeah, they crave attention. They're seeking for comfort or confirmation, all that stuff. Yeah, it's kind of red flags. Like, am I not enough for you, or are you trying?
Or just in general, like girls.
Yeah, are you trying to find other people to be like, oh, you're so hot, you're so cute, oh, like no one understands you and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, this one says multiple children to multiple men. You don't need the mess in your life.
I don't find this as a red flag. Okay. I find this is as if you found the person for you, accept them with their package. Okay. And then, if they have kids, understand, they're not your own, but, you have to love them because they came along with her.
But then do you think guys would generally, yes, think of it as a red flag when they're like, oh, like the girl has multiple baby daddies.
If it's multiple, yes, I see.
Yes, it's multiple children to multiple men.
Mm-hmm. One person, that's okay. But multiple, yes, red flag.
You just said no.
Yeah, to the one person.
Okay, no, but this one says multiple men.
Multiple, red flag there. It's like this person will just use you, or will just.
Okay, but think of it. Okay, so what if it's like the relationship that the girl, whoever it is, that relationship wasn't good, so they ended that one and they got one with another guy. Thought that was the one, had a kid, but turns out it wasn't.
I feel like this person's gonna keep searching for love in every one of you.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna stop. It probably will for a couple of years, but at the same time, probably gonna look for you again. Okay. Red flag right away.
When they have a checklist of what a guy must bring to the table when they can't even supply their own chair.
Oh, red flag, gone. We come to the table empty, so we gotta fill up the table together and not just be like, oh, I have this on the table. No, come to the table empty. If not, you expect stuff, then it's like, why would I be there? Red flag right away. In my opinion.
Yes,
Don't take this too hard.
These are your opinion. Any sort of physical violence.
Hell no, red flag.
I feel like that's a red flag just in general for both.
Me personally, being emotionally and physically abused my last relationship, I didn't know until later on when I discovered it myself. I find it a red flag, and then just me come to terms with it, bring it out to the world. No one knew about it except for me, and then me finding out about it. Of course, it's a red flag.
I think once you actually realize, not when you found out.
Yeah, I hated it, but it's okay. I grew to love myself and just let that go and not let it bother me.
Yeah. They take selfies on a date and uploads to social media in your presence. So like,
oh, that's fine. I mean,
you don't think
but if you upload it, that's okay. That's what you do.
Okay. Orders expensive items without offering to pay.
So I pay. Hell no.
So the guy's like always pays. Like, but then the girl's like, oh, I want this. And then, like, the guy's thinking, like, okay, like, she's going to pay. But then she's like, can you pay? Or are you paying?
No, we splitting bills. Fuck that shit. We splitting bills.
Okay. One that needs instant gratification. Doesn't manage money well. Indecisive. Depending on age, the list can be fairly long. So I think, like, being indecisive, I don't think that's a red flag. Because I feel like people are indecisive.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, yeah, like managing money well, because I know that's my red flag. Like, I don't manage my money well,
You just barely started it, so at the same time, it's understandable. But if you had it in the beginning, then it is, it'll be a red flag. But,
yeah.
You love the person for who you are, but sometimes it slips away.
Women that are alcoholic. But I feel like that one's for both sex, though.
Yeah. I mean.
But it is red flag.
Yes and no.
Being alcoholic?
Mm-hmm. The yes is like, okay, she can handle her drink, but no, because, if she gets drunk, then, I'm like, oh, shit. One person has to take care of the other, and then, at the same time, you're just like, in the same boat, so, you got to take care of her because you brought her.
Yeah.
And then, it could turn sideways real quick.
Yeah. This one says, have high standards attitude. Does that make sense?
High standard attitude?
Mm-hmm. Like they have high standards and everything.
Oh, yeah. I find that a red flag.
Yeah. Why?
If that person's not living high standard and have high standard, attitude, what are you doing? Trying to live the life that you don't have, right? We broke here, at the same time, be broke. Don't be a high standard with, high attitude. I'm like, what are you trying to do?
Okay. So still friends with and frequently text the ex.
Nope.
Still hanging out with former FWBs. What does the FWBs mean?
Fuck buddies?
Friends with benefit. There you go.
Oh.
Still hanging out with friends with benefit. Her last relationship ended because she cheated. Oh, that's what the comment said.
Nope. I'm sorry, that's a red flag.
With still being friends and frequently texting ex.
Mm.
Okay, and still hanging out with former friends with benefits.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's in general just a red flag.
Because, one day,
Because you think like when
you can break your heart and all of a sudden they call them, like, hey, you want to, get one down?
yeah,
Yeah.
like they're always stuck. They're always gonna be there for them.
Red flag right away.
Gaslighting.
Do I do that to you?
What, gaslighting?
Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, you're fat. But hey, how's the day today?
The gaslighting?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's kind of like, yeah, that.
No.
Like, oh, your your flap is showing, but hey, you look good.
No, you don't. This one says, huge lashes. In my experience, girl with lashes bigger than their eyes and heavier than their eyelids are usually on some homicidal type of crazy.
I believe that. No,
huge lashes.
That, yeah, red flag. But if it looks good on them,
like if it evens out, okay.
Maybe.
Okay. There's a saying: never marry a woman whose daddy calls her princess, because chances are she believes it. I have no idea if it's true. I just love repeating that.
So should I stop calling our daughter princess?
I mean, well, our daughter's little. I think like when they're older.
Yeah, because
I don't know. That one's a little hard
because they already have a man.
What if that was their nickname though?
They already have a man in their life, and it's their dad, so that's their expectation.
Okay.
You gotta beat the spot to be, the one in her life.
Yeah.
Not sexual, just being the person there for
her. This one says doesn't care about health and hygiene. That is a major red flag. In both female and male.
I'm sorry if your butt stings and you have like body odor and all that stuff.
No, I think just in general that one's a red flag. Love bombing at the beginning. If it feels too good to be true, it is, and something, namely cluster B personality disorder, is lurking right behind all the falseness.
Take your time, and if it's like all at once, I'm like, okay, what are you trying to get out of me?
And this one says, it depends on the guy, because different men will have different preferences about the kind of woman they want to date and not want to date. Here are some of my deal breakers. We said if she smoker. Mm-hmm. This one says if she does drugs, yes. If she's addicted to drugs or alcohol, we did say red flag to alcohol. But, I mean, drugs, yes, as well.
In moderation. Yes. But overuse, yeah.
She tells you she is crazy. If someone tells you who they are, believe them.
I'm gone out the door.
I don't know. That was a little hard because like
being crazy. Hell yeah, I'm like, bye.
Yeah, but what if I'm just like, oh hey babe, like I'm a little crazy, so.
I'm like, okay, well you can go over there.
I think that but then that crazy can mean different things though.
Oh yeah, like what?
Like it could be like you're like actually crazy, or you're just like.
Just don't be crazy towards me.
Yeah. This one says, always being too busy to meet up.
Oh, that's horrible. If we plan something, you better show up. If you don't, then.
I think it's a red flag just in general. Like, how are you always so busy? She's desperate to get married or have children.
Oh. No, I don't see that as a red flag. But at the same time, it's like, I hope you have your, financials and, everything in order before you think this through.
Okay. Oh, this one. The ones that value their worth in physical attractiveness.
Yeah, no. It's kind of like a motivation for you too, if you're not that type of person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if they're like, oh, you need to lose weight all the time. Oh, you need to lose weight. You need to eat this. You need to eat that. You can't eat this. Yeah, it's an addiction.
Yeah. One of the boys.
No, wait. I'm sorry. I can't do that because I know a few girls that are one of the boys. At the same time, we look at them as our sisters. So it's a yes or no.
Okay. Has a boy best friend?
No, because I'm best friends with a few women. Was not anymore. I don't know. Not anymore.
Okay. Obsessed with TikTok.
I wonder who.
My red flag. It gets the ick about everything. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What and some.
Expects you to pay for everything.
Nope. We split bills, baby. So in guys' perspective, red flags, I feel like, there can be a yes and there could be a no. All this is just my opinion. And then,
Your experience.
in my experience as well, it could change over time. Some of them just sticks and, you just
Deal with it.
deal with it. There's not much that you can technically do. It's just like if you have an ick or not, you know, like, oh yeah, this person's cute, or what's, her personality and all that stuff. Will it be good down the road? But at the same time, it can always change.
Yeah, that's true. The red flags can always change. Mm-hmm. But then it's already hard too when, like, there's red flags. I know, like, and everybody's not perfect, but, like, it's hard when they have a long list of red flags.
Yeah.
And you just see these red flags.
You gotta pick and choose, man.
You're just like, yeah.
Pick and choose. This is a short episode. Thank you for listening.
Let us know any red flags you see in us girls. I'm pretty sure there's a lot, and it's very versatile too, though.
Pretty much.
That's the thing. But I do want to know some of your red flags that we did not talk about that you do see in girls that are just mainly girls.
Yes.
Because I am interested to know.
Of course. Like, share, subscribe.
Until next time, this is Sincerely Bestie. Bye.